And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Ha! Isn't life fascinating? It changes every single moment. Are you rolling with it? Are you having fun with it? As you think about these things right now, some of you are saying, well, yes, I am. And some of you are saying, no, I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'm not having fun. And some of you are saying, well, why aren't you having fun? Because don't you know what's going on right now? This, that. Karate chop. All this stuff is going on, and it dictates how I feel. Well, do we rub off on people? Do we make other people feel a certain way? How do you feel in the way that people communicate and relate to you? Welcome to Effective Communication. Phil Zeller with you today. And I want to share with you, I've been traveling. I actually been traveling. I've been taking advantage of the situation here. I'm doing everything I have to do with getting my vaccinations and everything else everybody tells me I need to do. I talk to the doctors. Still don't know all the science because I'm not a scientist. I'm a person who studies human behavior and communication. And I'm realizing we still got a lot to learn about all this stuff with the health field and a lot to learn about how all this stuff works. And I tell you what, sometimes I feel like I'm a guinea pig, but you know what? I'm a happy guinea pig because I'm trying to figure out like the rest of you, right? And the biggest thing I've been figuring out when I've been traveling is I watch people and the way they relate. And I've been going to different places and taking advantage of getting out there and doing everything health conscious wise and making sure I'm doing everything I need to do to stay healthy and make sure that I'm only spreading good stuff out there and positive messages and positive goodwill. And recently I was down in the Caribbean, and I went on a trip down there. And I remember from the get-go of the vacation, it was on a cruise. And we got to the cruise port and got checked in, and the person checking us in just was not having a good day. You could tell by the way they were talking. They were overwhelmed. They were stressed out. They kept tugging on their mask. And of course, you know, people being the mask police in their company and stuff, making sure everybody's doing what they need to do. And I think every other word out of somebody's mouth I could hear around me was, oh, sir, you got to put your mask on. Sir, you got to put your mask on. Put your mask on, sir. Put your mask on. And so this is going on everywhere, and everybody's trying to police this stuff so everybody stays healthy, right? And because of this, all of a sudden you could just see that the customer service had really gone poorly. Because instead of focusing on, okay, everybody's going on this cruise, it should be a respite. It's a time to get away from work. It's a time to let your worries go a little bit. It's time to have some fun. But of course, some of you are saying, well, Phil, haven't you watched the news? Haven't you been watching what's happening on these cruise ships? Yeah, I do. And like you, I take calculated risk. Yes, I do. You do. I do. We all take calculated risk, right? We have different levels of calculation that we use. It's all good. But I went on this cruise, and the people were not really excited because they were so focused on this. And it was interesting because I was talking to one of the managers there, and I said, do you feel like you're running a cruise ship, or do you feel like you're running a hospital? And they looked at me and said, that's a really good point. And so what can we do to make it positive? Because I got some friends in the medical field and some hospitals. They're phenomenal. We work with them in Dale Carnegie to build their customer relations up, and they're phenomenal at the way they take care of people. And there have been some hospitals that I haven't worked with, and unfortunately weren't so phenomenal. But it kind of like goes my trip here. But I want to share with you a really cool experience. I recently just went on a ski trip, and I went skiing, and I got to this resort. And if you've been going into these resorts, a lot of them are challenged. They're challenged with finding people to work at the resort, especially if they're seasonal resorts. They're trying to get people to work there. And I went to the resort, and we've been going there for the last 4 years. My family and I go skiing every year, and we absolutely enjoy ourselves doing that. So we get to this resort, and sure enough, they haven't missed a beat. But I'm looking around and I'm seeing that even though the staff is really thin, you can tell it's thin compared to years past, and you could feel there's a different feeling in the air, and you could feel that people are working harder, and you could feel that. Maybe you felt that somewhere when you're traveling. Now you could sense that the people in the restaurant or the hotel were working that much harder. And one of the glorious things that happened here, I remember we came off the slopes and I went to get my kids some hot chocolate. I go up to the bar to get the hot chocolate. And I'm talking to the bartender behind the bar, and she's like, bear with me for a moment. I'm still trying to figure out this point of sales system there at the bar. And I said, no problem. We're on vacation. We're having a great day, and you're here to help us out. And she said, well, thank you for being patient. She goes, I'm really excited to be here. And I said, well, tell me about that. Why are you excited? She said, well, actually, I'm a local chiropractor, and the resort has been struggling, and I love coming here. So I called up the manager of the resort and said, how can I help? And said, we need help. What can you do? And so next thing you know, I'm here working behind the bar. And I said, well, how cool is that? And she goes, yeah, it's really cool because I get to help them out because I love to ski here, and I want to see this place be strong. And I thought to myself, here's this woman who's a chiropractor helping out a ski resort because she loves the ski resort and the people so much. And it was easy to see everybody there working hard, having a good time, and making all the customers feel great. That's customer service. That's what you do every single day when you begin in a friendly way. You make other people happy. You bring the happiness with you. And no matter where you're at, you can make that happen for other people. So remember this, wherever you're at today, begin in a friendly way, and you'll shape the day for others. Now go make it happen.